Welcome to another video of Guilao 60. I'm sitting in the rain over at Guangzhou University. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning with the idea of going to, let me straighten this out, going to the university to show what people do in the morning. And then it started to rain, and there's no Tai Chi, there's no people out sword fighting, there's no people dancing or exercising because they don't like to do that in the rain. So let's switch it up this morning, and here's a new topic. How did I get here? What brought me here? Why am I here? How did I get here? Sort of like the Talking Heads. How did I get here? Well, in 2003, I married Wei Fong. We met in China, but she got a visitor visa and we went back to Canada. We got married in Canada. So we put in a spousal application in 2003. So the winter of 2003 and 2004, we had to stay in Canada because if she would have left Canada, chances are pretty good that the Canadian government wouldn't let her back into Canada until after her spousal application was either accepted or denied type thing for permanent residence. So we stayed in Canada for the 2003-2004 winter. The 2004-2005 winter, we were back in China, and every year after that, we started about 3 weeks at a time, and that ended up to be 3 months or even more by the 2013-2014 winter. So we had a business in Prince Albert, and we had really good clients that trusted our work. So when we went to China, we just locked the door of our business, turn the lights off, lock the door, and leave. And they would wait for us to come back and do our work for them, which was really nice, and I appreciate it. But in the 2013-2014 trip to China, Wei Fong and I decided that that we needed a change, and when we say needed a change, we changed big time. We got back, I think it was about the beginning of February of 2014, and by the end of March we had sold our business, we had sold our car, we had sold our bed, our big screen TV, our vacuum cleaner, our couch. We had sold everything that we had accumulated over the years and reduced it down to 2 suitcases. Yes, a really big change of I just getting rained on here. A really big change of life and lifestyle. So moving from Canada to China, you really can't bring all of that stuff with you anyway. One of the loose ends that we left was a duplex in Prince Albert that I had a friend manage because he owned a management company. Hi, John. Anyway, but it was a loose end that we needed to tie up. So in 2016, in the summertime, we went back to Canada and we sold the duplex. And then we went out to Vancouver Island in Iowa and we bought a little condo. So we still have a Canadian home. And we bought the condo in September 1st of 2016. And by November 2nd we were back in China because we were bored. And this year we went back to Canada and the end of April to do our taxes, and then we went on a road trip to Saskatchewan. We went through Calgary and visited Tony, Suki, and little Neo, and then we went to Regina and visited my brother Warren, and then we went to Prince Albert and visited my dad and Anna, his wife, and Norman Jan, a friend of mine, and his wife, and then we went back to Nanaimo, went through Calgary and visited Miranda and Darcy, my daughter and her husband, and Emmeline and Emerus. Emerus is my grandson that I hadn't seen before, you see. And that's one of the things about being 17,000 kilometers away in China, is you sort of lose a little bit of contact with your family and friends, you know, and maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos, so they can see what my life is like over here, and maybe it brings us closer together. I don't know. But, you know, and it's one of those things that there's always good and there's always bad in these decisions. So nothing is ever perfect, like the rain today. Anyway, so, you know, the idea that we sold everything, like we sold everything that we had. Now we have a little condo on Vancouver Island, but that's locked up, and we'll keep that for when we're older. But everything that we owned in Canada in 2014, February when we got back, it's all gone, except for the little bit of clothes and Weifang shoes, because she's like Imelda Marcos of China. She likes her shoes. So other than those 2 suitcases, we have nothing left of our former life, which is a little difficult, and I got to thank Weifang for putting her trust in me, and because this was my big idea, that, you know, we retire, we change our lives to something that is more maybe adventurous, maybe it's not just adventurous, but it's we're more active in China than we were in Canada. In Canada, we go to work, we come home, we'd watch TV, sometimes we'd go out and drink beer with our friends and stuff. But it was a pretty mundane life, and you know, to live the rest of your life like that, I just couldn't see it. I've got that adventurous streak in me that I want to do more. I want to see more. I want to go more places. So we did, and you know, the idea that life in Canada is comfortable. You got a Sealy Posturepedic bed in Canada. We have a bed with a bamboo mat in China. We had a nice, comfy leather couch and in Canada. Well, here we have a wooden couch. Yeah, a little hard on the butt. You know, even to a toilet in your bathroom. Well, we have a squat toilet, and that takes some getting used to, let me tell you. I don't even want to go there. Anyway, you know, we had a nice yard with grass and picket fence and whatever. Well, we have no fence and we have no grass here in China. You know, it's like roughing it. You go to the cabin at the lake and you spend a week or so there in the summertime, and you're roughing it a little bit. China is exactly the same way. You're sort of roughing it when you're here. It's not as comfortable. The temperature of the house is not 22 degrees summer and winter. In the summertime here, it's in the mid-30s in the house, and in the wintertime it can be anywhere from 2 to 12 degrees. We do have some space heaters, but you know, you seem to just get used to the temperature fluctuations here in China, and people just really don't air condition as much as you think they would, or heat as much as you think they would. You know, I used to drive a brand new Volkswagen Tiguan, all loaded up. Here I've got a 7-year-old e-bike named Sam with about 70,000 kilometers on it, on its 3rd set of batteries. You know, you've got to get used to the food, the culture, the weather. There's lots of different things that are different here in China as compared to Canada. But you know, even the types of beer that you drink, they just don't have any good beer compared to Canada. You know, so there's a lot of differences that you have to deal with when you move to a place like China. But that said, you know, the first year that we retired, we were in 8 different countries. You know, Canada, the United States, Mexico, Thailand, Cambodia, China, Singapore, and Japan. You know, we get out and about. You know, Weifang goes dancing. She's got dance classes. She goes out shopping with her friends, and she's kept her friends from grade school and high school up until now, and and she's pushing 47 here in a couple months. So the Chinese, they stay connected with their friends for life. It's sort of nice to see. They go on trips. It's just a more active life here as compared to what we were doing in Canada. I go to the gym, I make movies, I'm out this morning. I was out of the house at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going to go out and watch the Tai Chi and take some pictures. I'll make that video, sooner or later. And then it started raining. But in Canada, you see, the interest isn't there because seen it all, done it all, I guess, is the attitude I was having before we retired. So, that's sort of how I got here to this point in my life. And, now we're retired and we're living a pretty good life. It's not as comfortable as Canada, but, it's a pretty good life. And, we're taking care of Wei Fong's father. Oh, and there's another one. He got out of the hospital a week ago and had a lung infection, and he was in the hospital for a while. And then he came home and he spent another couple days mending up a little bit better. He was okay, but a little bit better. And then 3 days ago, he decided that he was going to go on his e-bike and go fly his kite, because that's his hobby. He goes and flies kites with some other old boys, and they talk and whatever. So that's fine. 2:30 in the afternoon, we get a call from the hospital. He's in the hospital. Wiped out his bike, tore his foot all up, stitches, and he got a piece of metal shoved right up his heel, underneath his bone on his heel. So it just about separated his whole heel from his foot. So now he's hobbling around the house, bleeding, and yeah, he's not doing very good, and he's got a touch of dementia and stuff. I guess he shouldn't have been on the e-bike. He shouldn't have been out like that, and he won't be doing it again. We've already had a small discussion about that. But he's on the mend again, and hopefully he'll be better. He won't do that again. But anyway, so the saga continues with Wei Fong's father, and our lives here continue. And you can just imagine living in a place like China. It's an adventure. It's everything's new. The culture, the people, the weather, everything is interesting, and sort of a new lease on life, which I enjoy. Anyway, I pulled this topic out of my hat here this morning after the Tai Chi guys got washed away. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, when it goes to Facebook, share it so other people can watch it. When it's on YouTube, can like, comment, subscribe. I'd like to see some more subscribers on my channel. I've only got 7 right now, but it's better than 2. As Miranda said, I said I've only got 7 subscribers. She says it's better than 2, so I guess it is. And and I'm doing this because I want to, not because I expect people to subscribe and whatever. But if you do like it, let me know about it. And thanks for watching. Another video from Guilao 60. Bye now.